Alright, hey guys, this is going to be a quick video. 4 different bags being shot off of, just to cover bag application, bag selection, and what you can do with each bag, obviously based off your skill level and your training. So I'm going to cover the Game Changer medium sand fill, the Pint-sized Game Changer sand fill, the Short Action Precision solo sack sand fill, and then a Warhorse Development rear bag with some kind of bead fill, which is basically any rear bag that's rectangular in shape. Pretty standard these days. I'm going to do a 3-shot group with each one from the standing off of a barricade, and then we're going to analyze the shot groups at the end, just to give you guys kind of an idea of what bags are used for what, and what you can do with a bag that's not designed for that particular application if you needed to use it in any kind of scenario. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Game Changer medium, the sand fill again. Alright, like I said, off the barricade, 3-shot group. This is basically what this bag's designed for, right? To be a front bag to maximize stability and increase consistency and follow through. It also helps with recoil management. So once I figure out how to get this trigger cam working, as we can see, I'm still playing with that, just got it, it's pretty new. We're going to take that 3-shot group, and we'll see, for the most part, we're going to see a vertical wobble, so the figure 8 wobble as we call it, because that's the kind of shape it makes. We'll see it's pretty stable. We're going to engage that top left 1-inch circle here on this 8x11 at the head here. And you can see basically the wobble zone stays pretty much inside of the 1-inch dot or 1 MOA dot, minus the fact that you got to take the safety off. And you can see even with the follow through, the bag itself does its job. The barricade obviously has some play in it, so it pulls me off target a little bit. But for the most part, if the barricade was stable, I would come right back in it. So you can see that I'm right above the head of the target. So my recoil is going straight up, and it would come straight back down. As you can see, that one was a little bit better if I was front loading the barricade, or if it was more stable, like it was made out of metal. Alright, so from there, we're going to put that down, pull that off, and then we're going to move over to the Pint-sized Game Changer, also sand fill. I just prefer sand fill. I don't mind the weight. That's my preference. Although I have used some of the Get Light fill, I just don't want to spend the extra $50. Although I do think they work really, really well. And if weight's an issue, it's a huge consideration that you should take. Alright, so this next one, we're going to go at the second 1-inch dot, just below the first one on the left-hand side of the head. You'll see the wobble zone is a little bit bigger, but it's still staying pretty much within the confines of that 1-inch group. I'm touching the black line here and there a little bit. Again, safety. I got to keep remembering that the safety is killing me. But we can see that one, I pretty much came right back on target. Not exactly where I broke the shot, but pretty close. Again, I'm more trained with the Pint-sized Game Changer. That's my preferred bag. So you can see I'm basically within 1 to 2 MOA. I'm sorry, 1 to 2 mils of the target, which for me is good because that gets me back on target, so I can kind of see what's going on. So in the event I was shooting steel and I missed, I should be able to catch splash and see if I was off, left, right, high, or low. And you can see also, I shot down a little bit faster. I'm just more trained to this bag, so that's a big thing, is whatever you're going to use, how well you're trained to it. So then we'll move to the Short Action Precision solo sack, also another sand fill. Again, I like the heavy weight. I think it works better, it's just my preference. I've shot with this a lot more than anything else because that's what I had for a long time. But I have transitioned to the Game Changers, and I do think the Game Changers are a superior bag. So that's why I've now become a Pint-sized Game Changer guy myself. So we'll get to that third dot from the top, left-hand side again. We'll see the wobble zone is a little bit worse here, and that's just the way the bag is designed. So the sand spread loads a lot more, so it's not as stable. But basically you can still stay pretty solid, pretty consistent. Again, it's just the design of the bag. It's the bag a little bit bigger. It's a lot older too, so some of the sand's probably slipped through the cracks and kind of gotten much less heavy, much less full than it used to be. We'll see here, like I said, it's not really bad. Again, shooting a 1-inch dot, it's going to be pretty hard to maintain that. I still can pretty much get back on target, at least within my field of view, which is a big thing for me. Again, so I can see if there is a miss and it was a miscalculation in wind or something along those lines. And then this last one, we're going to hit up the rear bag. This one's a Warhorse Development, pretty standard. Most companies will have something very similar in size and shape. maybe different amounts of fill. This one has a bead type fill in it. I've never opened it up, so I don't know 100%, but it feels like a bead. So we'll see here the wobble zone is much greater because this bag's not designed for this. Again, you can use it if you need to, if that's all you have, or you're in a situation where you don't have a normal front bag, and it will work. Again, you just have to train to it. So we'll see here, wobble zone much bigger, kind of dancing all over the place, still staying pretty close to the target, but not ideal or perfect. So even there you see it's kind of almost like a V shape. It's not really an infinity sign or figure eight. It's kind of bouncing all over the place, more like a spirally type of effect going on. Still good enough for me to engage a target. With it being a 1-inch dot, these impacts will be slightly off. But again, if I'm shooting, a Tumoy plate or full-size IPSC, it's going to hit the target still, which is mainly what's important. But again, I like to try to get as close to center as possible because that also lets me know if it was a gear issue or if it was a poor wind call. Obviously, here my spare round jumped out of my quiver there. So we'll get that back in there real quick, and then we'll get that last shot off, and then we'll move over to the shot groups here. Again, you can see it's that wobble zone's kind of all over the place. Kind of leads me to do a little bit of timing of my shots. Again, something I'm used to because I have used a lot of different types of bags, or rear bags as front bags in a lot of scenarios. So I've gotten a pretty decent timing ability down, even though it's not really ideal. So once we get that down, get the trigger cam turned off, we'll jump over here to the shot group, and you'll see basically from the first bag to the last bag, it gets slightly bigger and bigger groups because of the way what the bag's designed for and what it's meant to do. So here, Game Changers medium, best group. Pint-sized Game Changer, second best group. The solo sack, I had one flyer. I don't know what happened. It broke good. It looked good in the trigger cam. I think it might have been a crazy round. And then that rear bag, basically, still a 1-inch group, but much worse than the other groups. But again, like I said, in a pinch, I still know that I'll be able to do what I need to do in order to make that those shots count. And again, just for a side note, all those shots are slightly to the left. That's an issue I'm working with on my positional shooting. Been having that for almost a year now. It's gotten better. I'm still trying to figure out if it's a mechanical issue or if it's a body positioning issue, but I'm working through it. So disregarding the left edge, left hemisphere shots, the groups are what's important and what I'm kind of trying to show what the capability of the bag is, when you use it correctly. All right, guys, if you have any other questions, please hit me up. Leave some comments, subscribe to the channel. Anything you guys want to look at or want me to test or put up, let me know. Basically, I want to put up what you guys want to see, kind of help you guys, make better decisions on gear, or decisions on training, or just any type of shooting that you might be interested in that maybe you can't do on your own, that I might have the ability to put out there for you to kind of help give you a better idea of what's going on. All right, guys, that's it. Catch you later.